Once upon a time, there was a man named Rajan. Rajan was a devoted husband and father, and his love for his wife, Nisha, and their two children, Arjun and Ayesha, knew no bounds. Every morning, he would wake up early, his heart filled with hope for the future he was building for them. He worked tirelessly in a profession that he had always dreamed of. But despite his dedication and achievements, something was missing. He was living in a country that, though full of promise, was not a place where he could fully flourish as a father, husband, and individual. The endless hours at the office, the limited time with his family, the constant pressure of making ends meet, it was beginning to take its toll. He could see the disappointment in Nisha's eyes when he missed another family dinner, the frustration in Arjun's voice when he didn't show up to watch his school play, and the subtle sadness in Aisha's smile when he couldn't take her to the park. His heart ached, but the weight of his profession, the passion he had for his work, seemed to keep him bound to this place, like an anchor dragging him deeper into a sea of never-ending work. One evening, as he was preparing to leave for another night shift, Nisha sat with him. Her voice, soft but steady, cut through the quiet room. "Rajan, I know how much you love your work, but don't you think it's time for us to live the life we deserve? You've given everything to this profession, but have you thought about giving us more? More than just your presence in passing, more than just being there when you can. You're an amazing father and husband, but you are also a man with dreams beyond this office. You have so much potential. Why are we letting this job define who we are?" Her words, simple yet profound, hung in the air. Rajan thought about them for a moment. He thought about the country he lived in, a place where his family had little support, where work dominated his days, and where he didn't feel as though he was living the life he envisioned for them. His job was important to him, but at what cost? That night, after the children had fallen asleep, Rajan sat by the window. The moonlight bathed the room, and he could hear the distant hum of the city, a city that, despite its allure, had never truly felt like home. He thought about the future he wanted for his family, a future where his children grew up in an environment that nurtured their dreams, where his wife felt supported and happy, where he could work hard and still have time to cherish the little moments with those who meant the world to him. He realized that his family deserved more. He deserved more. The next morning, Rajan made a decision. He was going to take the leap. He would leave behind the familiar, the comfortable, and the known. He would take his family to a place where their future would be brighter, where his children could have the education they deserved, where his wife could feel valued and supported in every way. He would migrate to a country that was known for its quality of life, its support for families, and its opportunities for growth. Rajan knew it wasn't going to be easy. There would be challenges, new customs, new faces, new hurdles. But he realized something important that day. The greatest risk was not the fear of the unknown, but the fear of never trying. He wasn't just doing this for his career. He was doing it for his family, for the ones who gave him the strength to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seemed uncertain. So, Rajan and his family packed their bags and moved to a new country, a country where his children would thrive, where his wife would find the happiness and peace she deserved, and where he would be able to work passionately without sacrificing his role as a father and husband. Years later, Rajan looked back on that moment with a sense of pride. It had been the best decision he'd ever made. His children were flourishing in their new schools, Nisha was happier than ever, and he himself felt complete. He had found the balance he had been searching for, a place where he could be both the dedicated professional he always wanted to be and the loving father and husband his family needed him to be. Rajan knew then that sometimes, in life, you need to let go of what feels familiar to make room for what's truly important. And in that leap of faith, he had created a future where his family could grow, love, and thrive in ways he could never have imagined staying where they were. The lesson he learned was simple. True success is not measured by the career you build, but by the life you create with those you love. Sometimes, in order to truly live, you must be brave enough to step into the unknown, for yourself and for the ones who matter most. So, if you're ever standing at the crossroads, questioning whether to take that leap of faith, remember Rajan's story. Remember that the greatest gift you can give to yourself and your family is not just your time, but a life where all of you can truly live and thrive.